G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, look, it's just beautiful. Look, it's spring in Queensland and Queensland, Australia, and look, it's just lovely. The days are beautiful. The mornings are around 12, 13 degrees in there somewhere, so a little bit cool, a little bit nippy in the mornings, which is nice and fresh. And the days, we had a couple 28 last week. Yeah, it would have been the last few days, but in the last couple of days we've had 24, 25 degrees C, and look, it's been great. Good weather for tearing around and running about. You can hear a motorbike in the background. Someone must be late for work. He's up. And look, a few things happened this last week, and one of them you can see up behind my head up here. There's a number plate on Goldie. So we got Goldie registered through the week, full rego. There's an SL1 code on our registration, and in Australia, or well in Queensland at least, the SL1 code means that we must have a flashing light. So if I just lift that up a bit, you can see the flashing light up above there, and so we can drive wherever we like, whenever we like. And there was a discussion locally when we were at Kangaroo last week about, oh, you can't drive your tractors after dark and all that sort of thing. But so when I registered the tractor, I was actually sat down with the transport department lady, and I said, yeah, you got a few minutes for a chat, and we had a yarn, and she googled a few things, and if we were only allowed to travel in daylight hours, as some suggested, we would have a DT1, which is daytime travel, on our registration papers. So, but we don't. We have what they call unrestricted. It's an SL1 code, so we can go tootling off wherever we like. So I tootled off. I got the plates on Wednesday. On Wednesday I got Goldie registered, and so I come home, put the plates on, and I was like a bloody dog with two tails. Down the road I went, and anyway, the old exhaust I had on Goldie, the downswept one, I had put a new one on, and driving around with the canopy on, it seemed to be bloody noisy and drumming away a bit, and anyway, with the downswept exhaust on it, when I was out Kangaroo last week, with it shooting down, Biddy behind me, he was getting a bit of red dust, because as the exhaust was shooting down, when it's fluffy like bull dust, it just makes a cloud, a dusty cloud. So I thought instead of having it going straight down at 180, I could angle it off 45. And but anyway, driving around, I thought, oh, it's bloody noisy, and I might try an upswept exhaust. So I sell tractor parts, so I had them on the shelf there. Or I had the elbow on the shelf, so I've taken the downswept exhaust off, and I thought I'd give it a try with an upswept. And I had the elbow in stock. The muffler I wanted wasn't in stock, but I had something similar on the Farmore 100, so I pinched that and put on Goldie to give it a run. And look, it made a difference. Yeah, the drumming was different, and I suppose what it was, and what I'm thinking it is with the downswept exhaust coming down, the canopy sort of holds the noise in it. It made quite a difference. So who knows, I've got the upswept off the Farmore on there at the moment. My new muffler should come today, but I'll take you for a walk around Goldie shortly and just show you what I've done. I also found that when I was, Friday I drove Goldie to work. It's 7 kilometres, and I said to Jude, "God, it's a bloody nice day this morning. I'm going to drive my tractor to work." And she looked at me like I was a bit dicked in the head, but I'm used to that. But no, I was like, I'm driving my tractor to work today. So off I went and drove Goldie to work, and it's 7 kilometres, 7.5 kilometres, something like that. And parked it out the front of the shop, and I got a bit of interest, and then yeah, I come home and fueled up at the service station and yeah, headed home. So look, it was a great, a great bit of fun anyway. And so, in doing that, I found with the toolbox down on the side of the radius rod, on the side of the tractor there, I've put a few spanners and bits and pieces in there because I'm still adjusting the timing and just trying to get that sweet spot. And I'd advanced a little bit, and I coming up some of the hills, I reckon I could hear it pinging a bit, so I've just brought it back a little bit. But in doing that, I thought, oh, it's you know, you've got to sit on your wallet and you've got your phone in your pockets and all that sort of thing. So I thought it'd be nice to have another toolbox on there. And my mate Dave, that I go Rocket Reco, that I go driving around town on our 65 for Sunday coffees now and then. He's put an extra toolbox on his inside, the left-hand mudguard there. But when I painted Goldie, I painted a spare gold toolbox and a spare grey toolbox because I figured there's always something. And so I actually used the grey toolbox. I turned up a couple of little spaces on the lathe, brass ones, so it doesn't rust in behind there. So I've got like a glove box there on the left-hand side inside my mudguard now. And Dave and myself went driving yesterday, and look, it's great. That was certainly a handy thing to have. It's a handy addition to the tractor if you want to drive it around, which that's why we've done Goldie up. This is going to be our road run tractor, and we're keeping the John Deere registered. You know, different times you'd like to take different ones or different brands and things like that. So we're going to have 2 tractors registered and just take whichever one we choose. So, we need to at the time. So anyway, Dave rang me yesterday, Saturday. And he said, yep, for a coffee downtown, go for a tractor run. He says, oh, I've had a buddy, bit of a relaxing week. And he said, wouldn't mind a bit of a drive around on the tractors. Now you got yours registered. And I said, yeah, all right. So yesterday morning, there's Kelly chasing a kangaroo. And yesterday morning we met up at the service station, up at near McDonald's in town. And we went for a run downtown. And if you look at the Bundy Ginger Beer website, Facebook page, they've got a beautiful old 27 Chevy truck. And we thought, right, and they've got a barrel, a big tourist attraction. It's a barrel cut in half, and it's big, and that's where their tourist attraction is. So we thought, well, let's go downtown for a cuppa, which is about 10 or 12 kilometres away. We'll go downtown for a cuppa and a coffee and have a yarn, and then we'll whiz out to the Bundy brewed drinks, to the ginger beer factory there, and we'll get our tractors photographed with the old Chevy. But piss poor timing on our behalf. We'd forgotten that Bundy brewed drinks. Look, it's an icon in Bundaberg. It's like Bundaberg rum, and if you mix Bundaberg rum and Bundaberg ginger beer, nearly give you a woody. It's a good drink. And so anyway, we tootled over there, but we'd forgotten that they had their 50th celebrations, and they had the Chevy out of its glass case it's normally in, and they had it, for corporate functions. They had a gala ball and all that on the Friday night, I believe, or Friday or Saturday anyway. And so the Chevy was obviously inside, so we couldn't do that. So we got a quick pick outside there, but we have to revisit that yet. And we thought, well, that's rooted that up, hasn't it? What are we going to do now? So I said to Dave, look, I lead and he follows because I haven't got taillights and don't really want them. But I am thinking about on the Gold tractor though, they had little butler lights on the side, and that's only a clearance light. They don't give you provision for a stop, tail or indicator. So anyway, look, it would be handy because I drive along and I put my arm out and do the stop. But Dave behind me, he's got the lights on his tractor and he uses the blinkers for the cars behind us. So, but I am thinking hard about putting some hot rod lights on the mudguards. Just some. I've got one on my Chevy, on my 28 Chevy over there. I'll try and remember to take a pic for you. And yeah, stop tail indicator, and they're beautiful. Stainless steel light, probably so round, and I could make brackets up the top there or somewhere and put a light on just to make it safer out on the road. So we may visit that yet, but anyway, I said to Dave, bugger it, let's go out to Kalki, which is another few k's out the road, and I knew the back roads from fixing tractors in the area for many years. Yeah, I know everybody back road within Kui probably, and so I said, you follow me. So off we went, and we went to Kalki, then went past Lindsay Brothers Transport and out onto Rubiana Road, then Kirby's Road. And we ended up down next to the river, and we pulled up for some photos at the river. And yeah, wherever we go, people pull up for a chat. Like when we were parked in town, we had people, what are you doing, you know, having a yarn. The bikies come over for a yarn, and look, you have a nice time. You have a bit of a social occasion, driving tractors around. And some people think you're cracked in the head, and other people think, shit, how good's that? Yeah, you know. And yeah, I tell them, look, we put a lot of time and effort into our tractors just for enjoyment. So yeah, why have them in the shed here just polishing them and all that sort of thing? Why not get out and use them? So yeah, off we went to Kirby's Wall and down on the river, and old blokes come up for a yarn, so we probably lost an hour there maybe, and got a couple of nice photos. And as we were coming along the road, Dave took a photo of me driving along. You can see his bonnet with my gold tractor ahead and the river along the side, and the sugar factory, sugar mill. Yeah, I was thinking it's not a bloody factory, it's a mill. And that's where the rum distillery is. So we went for a nice drive, and yeah, we met at 8 o'clock and got home about 12:30, a bit after lunch. And yeah, we went back up to the servo, went up to Autobarn and bought some heat-proof paint for my new muffler when it turns up. And so with the vertical exhaust on Goldie, the other paint peeled a little bit, but I went into Autobarn yesterday and they come out and took photos of us and put it on their Facebook page, Autobarn Bundaberg, and we said, yeah, you know, they asked for permission. We said, yeah, well, we've got a tractor rally on in a fortnight, so how about you promote that for us too? So they've done that. And but yeah, they, with the exhaust elbow and the muffler, some of the paint on the mufflers isn't real good, so they were telling me about there's a primer, you know, your extractor paint. Last time I just put the paint on, and in the corners I must have put it on too thick because it bubbled, but everywhere else it was fine. So this time they said, oh, there's this primer you can use, so $20. So I've bought some primer, and I'll probably take the elbow off today and get that sandblast that and put a bit of primer on, and I'll paint the elbow. Then when the muffler comes through the week, it'll be here today I believe, but when it comes here through the week I'll sandblast it, block the end, sandblast it and paint it. The exhaust I put on Goldie off the Farmall 100, it's a straight pipe with an exhaust flap, and those bloody exhaust flaps, they keep the rain out but they rattle like shit. And so I've opted for a short muffler with a long pipe, and it's got a pipe that curls onto the side. So with the pipes with a curved top on it, the rain doesn't get in them, and it'll also have the advantage of, instead of just shooting the exhaust gas straight up, it'll shoot it out to the side. And so we're going to adjust that on Goldie. I had a little leak on the engine on Goldie on one of the bolts, the banjo bolt for the oil gauge, and it had a 3/8 bolt, and it was like a banjo bolt, but I just had a flat, so I've made a new one of them, and it seems to be okay. There's a slight oil weep near where the gauge goes in. I can't seem, I'm going to bend a spanner up, but I can't seem to get it tight enough, get two spanners in up behind the dash to get it as tight as I'd like. So we're changing the exhaust on Goldie. We're going to, driving around yesterday with Dave, on the John Deere, when I travel with Dave, I put it up to 1900 revs, the PDO speed, and we travel along nicely. It suits us both. It's about the same speed. But the little Fergie here, the little 35 petrol, it's quicker than Dave's 65, and Grumpy Dave, the different Dave, Grumpy Dave from next door, when I was coming home on Friday, he pulled in behind me with his ute, and he reckons I was doing 23 kilometres an hour, where Dave and myself, we reckon we do about 18 when we travel together normally. So with no tacho, I'd be looking in my mirror and I'd keep wondering how I was going, and I'd see Dave dropping back a bit, so I'd back off the throttle, and yeah, there was always a bit of a game going on, trying to keep the gap reasonably even so we're going to the same speed. So, and he's got a cruising speed for his tractor that suits him, and when I backed it off and I got it right, well, it was a nice speed for Goldie too, it worked well, but having no tacho on it, I never know how I'm going. You're looking in the mirror, you're just guesstimating it all the time. So we're going to rectify that, and what I have here, that's a tacho drive for a petrol tractor. Now, this housing here, this is where your distributor goes. Your distributor goes on top. I have the housing, and there's a longer gear that goes down onto the oil pump drive and runs on your cam. And so what I'm going to do is fit this tacho drive, and I'll take the plug out of the dash, the blanking plug, and put a tacho in there. And my tractor's the poverty pack one. It's not the deluxe. It didn't have a tacho standard, but it certainly was a factory option. So just for driving around, for what we're using the tractor for, it's going to be an advantage to have a tacho on it, just so I can check my revs, and we'll work out what we're comfortable doing, how fast we're going at a certain revs and things like that. So this housing I've had for ages and ages, so I've just sandblasted it this morning, and after or during the stew here I'll paint it gold, and it has a little gear drive, and that sits in on the angle, and I've just polished the top of that there just to give it a bit of bling. But I still haven't fitted the electronic. I've got the Bearco electronic distributor on, but I still haven't played with doing the original type distributor with the electronic guts, and I may try and look at that today too if I can. I still haven't put my bloody bead blasting cabinet together, and that's what's been holding me up a bit. I've been that busy working on the gold tractor, and I look at putting the bead blasting cabinet, the small one, together, and I think, bugger that, I'd rather work on my tractor. So I'm going to have to give myself a good kick in the arse and bloody make sure I get over there and finish it off and seal it up properly and all that. So when I do the distributor up and put a new bearings and all that in it, because you use the same base part, when I do the distributor up, I can bead blast it and put a bit of clear on it and get it nice, do the job nice, and so it looks nice on the tractor and all. So Goldie's going to have a tacho shortly. The upswept exhaust it's going to have shortly. Apart from that, it went pretty well. On the left-hand lift arm yesterday, it spat a bit of oil out there, so we're not sure where the oil filler and that is. I put a gasket there, and it's got new rubbers everywhere, so I was wondering, was it not breathing properly, pressurising and popping out there. But that is the side where the crown wheel throws oil up, on the left-hand side of your rock shaft there. So whether I look at that or not, it only done it right at the very last. So I cleaned it up when I noticed it, and then it didn't do it again on the way home. So unless it was just a particular place I've had the hoist or something like that. But look, the fix is to take the top lift arm off, slide the bush out, put new O-rings in and put them back in and go. So I have the stuff here to do that, so I may well do it, we'll see. And I've got power running up to the flashing light now, but I haven't got it across to the plough lamp yet. I don't know, I just don't seem keen at the moment to bend up the copper pipe for the wires, but we'll get there. So anyway, see how we go. I'm hoping to get in the shed. Saturday I hopped on the mower and I had a heap of stuff to do Saturday, just getting organised. I dropped a tree up in the bush behind us here. There's a tree that a couple of dead ones there, so we're going to drop them out in case a fire goes through. They'll be the ones that drop branches on people. And next weekend we have our old bastards camp in the paddock here, but look, it's going to be a bit of a fizzer this year, as in Daz and Deb, our friends that always come, they usually bring 5 or 6 people. Well, Deb's turned 50, so they're out at Uluru, out at Ayers Rock and Alice Springs touring around, and nephew Phil and Belle, they sold their camping gear, haven't got any bought yet, and same with Dave and Belinda Stimos, and so they haven't got camping gear, so we sort of offered them the caravan, but they just come back from New Zealand. So, and then Ray and Shireen, the drought's hitting them, and up at Banana where we went to up near Billawheeler, Shireen went out to their lease block yesterday, and she said, oh, they've got to do something with the cows out there, so they can't come this next weekend. They're bringing the calves back to town, get them off the mums, and yeah, they can still buy feed out that way, so they're still doing okay. And he works at the mine, so they do have income, but yeah, they've decided they can't come camping. There's other more important things to do, so that's fine, and you know, good decision. But our friend Jody and Dave, they're coming up, so I said, well look, it's just a small group of us, why don't you hop in the caravan? It's in the carport there now, near the shipping container, and yeah, just glamp it a bit, because they're going to stay the whole week next week, so that's good. I'm looking forward to that. And so yeah, instead of having a fire out in the paddock and all that, we might just have the pigs up in the pool room and do our cooking up there and muck-arsing around, and look, it'll be a bit safer. And being a small group now, only what, 5 of us I think, that gives us an opportunity. Well, we're talking to them at the moment, if they want to go fishing, we might take the boat out and drop it in the river for them, and they've never been further north than Bundaberg, so they want to have a look at Agnes Water, 1770 and things like that. So instead of sitting in the paddock drinking all day, yarning with a group of 10 or 20 people, we might jump in the cars and yeah, play Terry the Tourist and do a bit of driving around. So anyway, look, we'll see what we get up to. Yeah, you never know. Anything's on the cards, and Dave likes a drink and so do I, so we'll probably have 10 or 20 snappy ones, and the girls, Judy and Jody, they're into their essential oils, you know, lady stuff, and they like to sit down and talk oils and witches brews and things like that, I think. But look, we took some lovely photos yesterday of our drive around. I'll pop them on the end of the stew. What else I put in? I'll take you for a walk around the track to show you the light on the Chevy, that I probably wouldn't mind pinching them off the Chevy temporarily and seeing if they, you know, fold up some brackets and see if they work on the Gold tractor, just for interest. And I still haven't got back up the back to up into the shipping container to finish off the 3-jaw chuck I've been playing with. So look, depends how the day goes. I've got the water truck coming again. With visitors coming, we thought we'd better get another load of water just in case. We're coming into storm season in Bundaberg. Last year, the grand final weekend coming up next weekend for both codes of the footy, and last year, the footy grand final weekend, just after our visitors went home, that's when those storms come through and smashed the awning and all that sort of thing. So we are coming into storm season, so we're hoping for a bit of green. A few showers, a couple of light storms. We don't want the bad bastards, but just a couple of light storms, and fill the tanks up a bit and take away the fire risk and feed the cattle around the area and things like that. So anyway, look, that's it for the talking part of the stew. I'll see if I can put something on the end here, and have a good week, everyone. We'll catch you next week, eh? Now that's the light on the back of the Chevy. It's looking pretty dusty, but yeah, nice stainless light. It'll never rust, and it's got a nice little cover at the back. So a bracket for a couple of them sitting up on the mudguards of the Goldie would look quite nice, like the era would match and all that sort of thing. So look, stay tuned for that. I am thinking seriously about doing it. There you go, that's a little toolbox I put on. Made a couple of 6mm brass spacers so it comes clear of this ridge along the mudguard there. There's my flame-proof paint and my wallet. Well, there you go. I would have forgot that tomorrow. I'll put it in my back pocket now. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's right next to the seat. And yeah, it's just handy. This one here, it's got the other can of paint in it because I took the tractor to the shop, and just a few spanners in case. That there, that's the exhaust on Goldie, and yeah, we burnt the paint off. I don't know what sort of paint they put on them standard, but it's not that flash. But yeah, that's the muffler on Goldie, and look, it was a good thing. But yeah, where that exhaust flap is up the top there, yeah, we're going to curve the exhaust out on the other one, and look, you're going to ask a question. I'll better show you while I'm going. That there's about a 1915 International Famous 3 horsepower, and that other little engine there is a 1917 United hopper cooled. So heap of old engines around here. In behind the bench there, that's two non-Pirells, two 3-horse non-Pirells, and there's two 3-horse vertical Famouses up there too. And we've still got the big old 10 horsepower M sitting up the top there. And the Holy Grail, the John Deere badge. The big John Deere sign.